Every training program has a buy-in period. Whatever you're doing in training right now, high volume, Serge Nubra style, high intensity, heavy duty Mike Mentzer, calisthenics, lifting, hybrid, it doesn't matter. Every training program has a buy-in period, and if you are not playing this game, you are not building strength and muscle mass. Let me explain. It takes weeks to a few months for a complete beginner to see visibly in the mirror muscle mass gains aesthetically. It takes months for an advanced, if you are more advanced, if you're already training structurally, strength training progressively for a few years, it takes a few months to actually see noticeable muscle and strength gains. Okay? But short term, you will be able to see one added rep, one added kilogram. Okay? Just the smallest level of progressive overload. And if you're not logging, managing, measuring your training, you will not have this positive feedback in the short term to let you know that you are on the right track towards building muscle and strength and keep you motivated. You and I, both of us probably grew up playing video games. You play, you have an adventure, you gain experience as you defeat your enemies, and you level up, and maybe you evolve as a Pokemon. Now, this is real life Pokemon, right? We get strong, we build muscle mass, and this is the experience, this is the battle. You're facing difficulty, you know that. For instance, today I'm doing my back and biceps workout. I had mixed grip chin up. I know the numbers. I have ring pelican curls. I have ring reverse curls. I know how much I'm doing. Okay? Now some exercises are more subjective, that's fine. Maybe there's an incline and you won't measure the exact point in the floor, how much incline you had, that's fine. Some exercises are better left subjective, untracked. But there are exercises that are completely objective and measurable. The main exercises that should be logged and managed so you can play the video game. If you are consistent, if you're training 5, 6, and even 7 days a week, and you're actually enjoying training, but you are not playing this video game, training and managing, and then showing up to the next workout, then scanning the logbook, seeing how much reps exactly you did, so you can actually beat today's workout. You can squeeze in that one extra rep, one extra kilogram to make sure progressive overload is on the right track. And I want to clarify, it's not the fact that you added rep or added a kilogram that got you stronger. No, the workout was effective enough, so you actually got stronger to the point you were able to add a rep or kilogram. It's slightly different, right? It's a switch. It's the opposite perspective on progressive overload, and it's important to have, but I'm steering off topic. If you're not playing this game, adding that small rep by tracking and looking at the logbook, showing up to the workout and knowing what's necessary for you to be at the right pace for building muscle and strength, then it's tough to say, but it's a pure excuse. It's a poor excuse, excuse me, to not facing the difficulty and maybe even failing, not being able to progressively overload on the next workout, adding the rep or the kilogram. Now, one single workout is no big deal. Even one single week is no big deal. We all have bad training weeks. But if you come back and repeat and you're still unable to progressively overload with the movements using your training log, then you have now to face the reality that your training or programming is shit, or both. That's why people, when you don't have this training log to make sure you're on the right track longer term, you will steer naturally towards short-term gratification, like pump how you feel, sweat, exhausting yourself, effort, as means of gauging the effectiveness of your workout. And each single parameter can be actually great sign of a good workout. exhaustion, all-out effort, sweat, pumped. Those are those actually can be very beneficial for a good workout, but they can be used solely to make sure that you are making strength and muscle gains, and this is the problem, right? Now, if you're tracking, you might actually be extremely pumped and use a lot of effort in order to progressively overload, right? But since you're tracking and you know that you were able to overload, now the pump, the sweat, the effort has some context, right? I will do right now the next set of ring pelican curls, deficit pelican curls. And to make sure I'm on the right track, let me scan the notebook for a bit. Deficit pelican curls, 6, 6, 5. So I know right now to get that reassurance I'm on the right track, I need to squeeze in an extra set of 6. Make that 5 a 6. We'll see how it goes. Whether I have it or not. Five. That's a great set. And let me tell you why. It's a good sign that as you're adding reps or weight to your exercises, RPE doesn't shoot up. It means that progression rate is, well, you got stronger at the same progression rate that you're applying to the program. Because if you're adding reps and weight faster than your body can actually adapt, it means exercise gets harder and harder and harder incrementally every workout. So you have to actually increase the RPE every day, probably break form and increasing more injury. And when you're breaking form, it means that you're not actually targeting what you're trying to target. So if I'm having a bicep and back day, and now I'm pulling not for my back, if that's your main objective for doing pull-ups, well, the objective wasn't achieved, right? Maybe you're keeping from your legs, maybe you're not, using the best range of motion to engage the back, and so on. You don't want to break the form, decrease the range of motion as you are applying progressive overload. It's not actually progressive overload, right? That's just quality diminishes as quantity increases. That's a poor sign. But if RPE stays stable as you're adding reps or kilograms, that's great. So I highly advise you. And please, track the main exercise. If you don't want to track every single exercise, don't do it. But you should have one or two best exercises for every muscle group or movements that you want to improve. Track these. Okay? If it's important, track it. Now you can play the game. Handstand push-ups, 12, 11, 11, 11. That was the shoulder workout yesterday. I'm already motivated to crush in that extra set of 12. Get in that one extra rep on the next workout to make my shoulders big and stronger. That keeps me motivated. Now, if I don't have the training log, you can bet your ass off. I would have probably said, you know what? Today is a day for tempo handstand push-ups. I'll make it feel difficult enough, but not actually face the reality of doing the exercise and the amount of reps and or weight that I know that is needed to get me better. Maybe today I will do paused just to steer off of the difficulty and facing the expectation and standards for that day, right? You change the game. No. This is why you track it, okay? You track, you know what you need to do in order to do better. You might change it, but you can't fool yourself that you are getting better. If you don't track your pull-ups, right? You might change next workout. Today I'm using a different grip. Or today I'm using a different rep range. And again, just like the pump, the sweat, the exhaustion, those can actually be great signs of an effective workout. But if you do them as an excuse to not track and make progress, That's where we are fooling ourselves. And that's, in reality, the nature, maybe, of the human body, right? We're trying to find the easiest path to go from point A to point B. And that's not the path of muscle and strength, okay? If you want one-on-one online coaching, check the link in the description. I will highly um, appreciate it. Book a free video call with me to see whether we are a good fit, okay? If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe, and see you next time.